You want to start creating content because you see people online making tens of thousands of dollars and traveling the world? Let me tell you something. You will fail. I've been on YouTube for the past 5 years, on and off. This past year though, I put more effort than I ever did, even quitting my job to chase this YouTube dream for 1 year. And that 1 year yielded nothing. What does it take to really succeed on YouTube? So YouTube is nothing like I ever done before. YouTube is kind of odd because there are no paths to become successful, yet there are an infinite amount of paths to become successful. There's been so many YouTubers that have come and go over this past almost 18 years that YouTube's been around. And so that leads to the question, what if this journey that you're about to embark on took you 1 year to become successful? Okay, 1 year you probably do. What if it took 3 years for you to become successful? Now you're kind of questioning yourself, right? What if it took 10 years, your next 10 years, to keep doing this in order for you to become successful? Would you still do it? And so that leads us to the next question. What skills do you have to learn for this lifestyle? It's not even a job, it's a lifestyle. That's really what YouTube is. You have to give up so much of your free time for this thing. You have to give up going out on weekends constantly. You have to give up your free time just to do this thing. There's so much that you have to learn. The skills that I've even began scratching at. Communication. I used to be a terrible communicator. I wouldn't say I'm the best now, but I've definitely improved and have been working on it. Video editing, super big, super important. You have to learn how videos work, how footage, they line up together, all of these things. Videography, you have to learn what looks good. Then you have to get an idea of how to make it look good. Marketing, you have to learn how to put yourself out there, put yourself in front of other people, grab other people's attention. Psychology, you have to understand what people want to watch. The list goes on. There's just so much to learn, yet so limited. And that is why you have to give up almost everything to stay on this path. Are you willing to give up all those things? And last of all, let's talk about the money I've earned from YouTube. I started this channel back in 2016, stopped a few years, but it's been going on for a while. And I can tell you that I spent more than $10,000 on this channel, buying equipment, buying gear, all of those things. And how much money did I make from YouTube? I've made exactly $0. Zero, big zero from YouTube. YouTube requires you to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And I have yet to hit that number. Guys, starving artists are a thing for a reason. YouTube isn't just this thing where you can put up videos and expect this to be your full-time career. You have to understand the game of YouTube. If it were only that, if we're only putting nice, beautiful things on YouTube, every single artist would be making a living from it. Artists, they aren't businessmen. Fulfillment doesn't feed you, okay? But it isn't just that. You have to understand audience. You have to, like I said, you have to understand marketing in general, business. This is what will take you to the next level of the YouTube game. Learning the basic isn't enough. You can't live off of fulfillment. But that's not to say that I haven't made money elsewhere aside from YouTube. You see, while I've been on this path of YouTube, I was actually going to college for marketing. And because of YouTube, I slowly learned how to edit. I mean, I started this whole channel. I used to have a very old channel where I made Minecraft videos. That was my break. That was the first thing I ever started. Because of YouTube, I slowly learned to film. I learned to film because I wanted to better remember my travels, the memories. It was the artistic ability of just having something that looked better in my head, but it was so bad physically. That's why I learned filming, videography. Because I started wanting to get better. I graduated college with knowledge of marketing and content creation. Because of that, I was able to set myself apart from only those that had marketing knowledge or knew how to create content, I was able to leverage and use that to my advantage of combining marketing and content creation. Very, very powerful ability. Once you have the ability to understand both sides, you become very lethal. Now, due to that combination, I was lucky enough to get my first content creator job right out of college. So year one, I worked a full-time content creator job, which then, after working there for a year, allowed me to take that next year off. Year two, I quit and I traveled through Asia, 3 countries, Japan, South Korea, and Vietnam, where that's all I did for that next year. But doing so, it gave me so much freedom to create whatever content I wanted, travel content. It was an amazing experience. There was so many things I got to see and do. That was living the dream. Yet, even during that time, I still didn't make a single penny off of YouTube. That's what's crazy. And now, I'm working at a new content creator job. I'm never quitting this game, this YouTube game. It's too fun to quit. I love playing games, and this is probably the funnest game I've ever played. There's days where it's hard, and there's days where it's easy. But doing this alone is what made it so difficult for me in the first place. I think if you can find a group of creators who you can talk with about what you're doing daily or even weekly, it helps you a lot. It helps push you. You can set goals with each other. You can compete with each other. That's the fun out of it. You can learn with each other. That's what helped me. That's what has helped me. And looking back through this journey, I can only dream of getting paid to do YouTube when I first started. That was the dream of just getting paid. Now I get paid, but not as a YouTuber, but as a content creator. So the skills that you build up from doing YouTube, it will pay off. I guarantee it, but only if you continue it. And I don't even have to worry if this channel does well. You can just make a video on here. Heck, if you made this far, this video probably doesn't even have that many views. But guess what? It doesn't matter because this is not my lifeline. This is the thing. I can make whatever videos I want on here. It doesn't have to match the algorithm. And that's originally what YouTube started as. Just make some videos, throw out there and share it with the world. It's actually pretty crazy that I get to do this. Every time I think of it, this is the dream that I built for myself. And it doesn't end there. Once you've achieved your dreams, it's time to set some new ones. But understand and celebrate the ones and the goals that you have accomplished. Never, never look down on those goals that you've been through. And so my next goal is to become a full-time YouTuber for my own channel. I think that'd be a new and fun experience, regardless of the obstacles that appear in the way. What if it took 10 years, your next 10 years, to keep doing this in order for you to become successful? Would you still do it? That's the question I've answered for myself, and for me, it's a yes. I'll keep pushing through regardless, even in the ups and the downs. YouTube changed my life, and it certainly has the power to change yours.